Hello everyone, this is Sodhi from CAAN Wings Consultants Private Limited and welcome to this Saturday edition. This particular edition is for those who have already lodged their skilled migration application for Australia and probably are either at the stage of skills assessment, waiting for a state nomination, or are applying for the DHA visa application. So there's some very important 5 things you need to keep in mind if you are somebody who has initiated the visa application for a skilled migrant visa, be it a 190, 189 or a 491 visa. So let's get started. The first step in the skills assessment process or in the skilled migration process is your skills assessment. Now, I would like you to be aware of the fact that with every passing year, the assessment bodies become more stringent in terms of the requirements. They are kind of evolving all the time. So somebody who might have got a skills assessment a year or a couple of years back with lesser documentation may not get the same positive outcome now. That is because the skills assessment bodies are continually monitoring how they can ensure that the application received is absolutely genuine and there is no manipulation in terms of the employment claims. Therefore, the skills assessment bodies, especially the VERSs, employ certain verification processes which can include a telephonic verification. It can also be an email confirmation, a confirmation with your employer, or it can also be a site visit. So when you are lodging your application for skills assessment, please be prepared that your application could be subject to scrutiny in either of the ways. And a word of caution perhaps for those who are applying for the occupation of a private tutor. Yes, recently VERSs analyzed that probably, at least from India, the largest pool of applications belong to the group private tutors and teachers not elsewhere classified, which basically means they have such a huge base of applications that they have to probably see which one is genuine and which one is not genuine. Therefore, private tutors, those who've already got their assessments done, are fine and good to go. Those who are going in for renewal are also kind of good to go. But those who are applying for a private tutor skills assessment need to be very, very cautious because there is a high likelihood that this time around the documentation or the evidence requirement for a private tutor is going to be much more stringent than the requirements set forth for them earlier. Therefore, it may not be just as easy to get an assessment for a private tutor like it probably was earlier. So after the skills assessment, I'm going to talk about the expression of interest. So obviously, once you've got a positive skills assessment, you have to go to the skill select system and lodge your expression of interest. Now, a very common question I'm usually asked by applicants is, how long do I get a response for an EUI? So the answer to that is, there is no such response. An expression of interest is an action you have to take as an applicant by registering your interest with the immigration department. There is no time frame for getting a response as such. You could be getting an invitation from a state in maybe 2 days time to maybe 10 months time. So that kind of varies. Now, another question people usually ask is that how many EOIs can I lodge? So that's a great question. Some states make it very clear that, if you lodge more than one EOI, probably your chances of being selected for an invitation would be reduced. While some states categorically state on their website that, since an invitation is not really guaranteed, you might want to exercise other options. So my answer to that is that, of course, you should have a backup. So probably 2 EOIs is good to go with, but probably lodging too many EOIs can hurt your chances of getting a nomination. Now, the next question is, next information I'd like to provide you in terms of EOI is that please make sure that your expression of interest is always updated. For example, if your skills assessment is expired, please update it on your EOI. If your English proficiency test is expired, please update it. If there is any change or any increase in points, please update it, because what happens is if you do not update your EOI, you may get an invitation to apply. Let's say you've applied with an assessment that has expired in due course of time and you've not updated it in your EOI. So if you get an invitation to apply for a visa, that'll be kind of null and void, because obviously you do not have the corresponding documents to support your claims of employment that you'd put up in your EOI. So that is something you need to be very, very mindful of. Now let's come down to the most asked question, most popular question about nominations. The first one is, how many points are required? Do we need to increase our points? Who are the people who are actually getting nominations, and where are they getting nominations from? So my answer to that is very, very simple. There are varied states that are giving out nominations, and in fact South Australia recently conducted another short invitation round. I do not think that was a full invitation round, because we received only few invitations, out of which one was for a university lecturer. We received the invitation on the 15th of November. We lodged the nomination application with South Australia on 24th of November, and today we have got the nomination approved and an invitation to apply for a visa. That is on the 2nd of December. But like I said, South Australia has not really given out invitations since September 26. Rest of the states are of course giving out nominations, but yes, the nominations at this point of time are a little slow, and the full invitation rounds for Victoria, South Australia and other states are kind of awaited. Now the basic logic behind invitations is that for certain occupations where the number of applications are very, very large, where there's a large pool of application, such as private tutors, such as marketing specialists, or let's say software engineers, obviously the states will begin with selecting the applicants who have the highest points first. Whereas for certain occupations where the occupations available in the skill select system are kind of scarce, such as nutritionists, such as I would say real estate representatives, insurance agents, or many other occupations, in that case, you are likely to be picked up at much lower points, probably even 65 points, and 6 bands in each section. So again, the question you would have in mind is that, does that mean that we're not going to get an invitation because you're probably sitting at just 70 points or 75 points? The answer to that is no. You are definitely going to get it, but perhaps in the subsequent round. You need to be mindful of the fact that the invitations have only begun from the 25th of August this year, and the invitations will be on till the 30th of June 2023. So no need to panic. It is going to happen for you soon. Now, a quick fact check on the DHA. So once you lodge your application with the Department of Home Affairs, that is your visa application, please understand that while the CEO allocations for the newly lodged applications is really fast, the DHA could be requesting additional or supplementary evidence of employment, which probably you had not provided at the time of skills assessment. Yes, the DHA has its own set of criteria to gauge the applicant's claims of employment and other points that they've claimed. Therefore, additional employment or supplementary evidence of employment should be provided at the time of your DHA application if you want the application decision to be quick and of course the visa to be granted. So I will end this with this much. Another quick one. A lot of you think that probably Australia is going to be closed for the next very long time because of Christmas. No, the Wednesdays is going to be on leave from the 21st of December till the 4th of January. However, most other departments, including the Department of Home Affairs, do not take such a long break. And yes, everything is going to be on, and even during the holiday period, the application portals will be on. You are free to lodge your applications and so on. So I think I've already spoken quite a bit for this session. So until next time, bye-bye and take care.